Hello and welcome everyone to another small kind of I apologize, this is gonna be an angry, flipping, mad letter to Asus with their flipping hardware. If you remember, not too long ago I did an unboxing video for the Asus AC3100, the RT whatever the fuck 88U was the model. It's the router with a lot of antennas. If not, just check out in the video in the history below. Now, I promised you a review and this is gonna be a fucking nightmare. Asus, I have no idea how can you market your products. You have badges on the flipping box and every website and Amazon that this is the best company for customer satisfaction. This is the best company for networking routers for home and shit like that, like 3 years running. Fuck that bullshit. I have gone through hell and I don't even have the router anymore. Anyway, this is what happened. Basically, a couple of days after I unpacked the thing, well, basically I connected it straight away. There's like a flipping asshole drive, you muppet. So what happened, basically, I connected the thing and the software update came out straight away, the latest one. So it updated it, everything was working fine, jolly good. And then a couple of days later, and I was like, why my phone doesn't connect to the 5G network, the 5 gigahertz network? And I go to look for it and it's not there. And I was like, shit, is there something wrong with my phone? Took another phone, looked it up, it's not there. I go into the router, the light is blinking, but there isn't anything. So when I started digging in the console, I realized that somehow it sets itself in the channel 0 and there's no way to change it. So I started Googling the thing and I found that obviously not only me and not only this model, but in general it plagues most of the Asus routers. This 66U previous model had the same problem. Forums, that's their support forums, no fucking answers, nothing. People said, okay, try to downgrade. So I started downgrading. The router fucking died completely. I know it's a correct firmware, I know everything. It started to degrade so quickly. My friend from the UK came, he's a system administrator for a big telecom company, so even he started chipping and he spent 2 fucking days reflashing this router 25 fucking times or something like that, with different firmwares, all the way from the first to the last. And the result was all the same. The router is dead. Blinking, power light, nothing's working. It's not pinging, you can't SSH to the router, telnet, nothing's working. It's like it's dead. There's no way to access the console, there's no way to ping it. We've tried different computers, different firmwares, nothing. Occasionally one firmware, like when you go and download the recovery utility that completely wipes everything, you reset the router using the special procedure where you have to hold a power button, reset button for 30 seconds, then let go, I think, the reset button, keep holding the power button. That will basically clear everything off the router. Once you do that, what will happen is that if you're lucky, after 5 or 6 tries, it will let you reflash the firmware. And what happens then is that the router boots up and it's got no internet, no 2 GHz network, no 5 GHz network, nothing. No matter what you do, that's it. I wrote the support, as usual I got this bullshit, have you tried switching it on and off? Like, I know what I'm doing, right? If the router doesn't even fucking ping from 3 or 4 computers that I've tried, it already tells you something, or it doesn't power up. Yeah, you have to get it to the service center. I said, this thing is fucking like 10 days old. Well, unfortunately in Thailand here, even though you have a receipt, bought it in Bangkok and I live like 600 kilometers away, 7 days after the purchase you can't really do jack shit. So I took it to the Asus service center in Chiang Mai and I said, listen, this is what happened. I know, as usual, the engineers here, it's just pathetic, to be honest. They try the same thing. They're like, oh, have you tried to reset? Like, let's go, I'll show you. Boom, 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 nothing's working. After 20 minutes sitting there, he was like, yeah, the router's pretty much dead. I said, yeah, I know. My friend tried to explain him what we've tried, and it was like, look, I didn't even understand what the hell we're talking about. So, next, I said, listen, I need a router. I fucking paid like 300 bucks for this thing. I need it. When the fuck can I get it? Well, we're not gonna fix it, we're gonna replace it for you with a brand new one. I said, how long? 7 to 10 days. I said, okay. So it's been 25 days already that I'm waiting, and they have no fucking idea when the router is coming. Like, Asus, shit product, really. I understand it could have been a faulty, but that's not. And even if it was, the customer service, the support, the service center, abysmal. Really is abysmal. And I wrote you several times. And you didn't, like, you answered with the same, like, fucking template messages that you sent to all the other people, like, oh, have you tried to switch it on and off and things like that. Yeah, I have tried that. I always do. And I wouldn't be writing if I didn't try to sort it out myself, because the last thing I want is to sit without a fucking router. So there you go. If you're planning to buy the router, don't go anywhere near Asus routers, especially the super expensive ones, because they seem to have the same fucking issues as the other ones. They're plagued by the same issues. You just go to the vip.asus.com and then just look it up. Same bloody problems across pretty much the whole spectrum of routers, the performance routers as they call them. And for $300, I'm fucking furious. I am furious. It's a good thing I didn't go for the most expensive model they had, the one that looks like a UFO with gazillion antennas, because that one also has issues. Fucking hell, that pisses me off. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this mad rant. I hope that I didn't make your day more depressing or in any way, shape or form, like, changed your mood for the worse. But just a piece of advice, yeah? If you're ever thinking to get a router, stay the hell away. Go for Netgear. I mean, this is not a promotion, I don't have Netgear, but I've used it in the past and I never had any issues on 3 routers that I had. I have a Cisco at home, but that's a cable modem / router. The range is not good enough for me, and I really need a replacement, and that thing just drives me fucking nuts, like it really does. Come on, guys. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you everyone who subscribes, likes these videos, comments on them. I always enjoy reading the comments, even though I might not answer you straight away, but I see it on my phone immediately. Sometimes I'm at work and I'll glance it, I'll read on it, smile and giggle, and then, okay, I'll leave it for later. Once I'm done with work, I'm gonna go and reply to your comment. Thank you very much. Subscribe to this channel over here, over there, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Game Vortex.